Hello everybody, I am JackieKCooper and this is my Entertainment Rundown Part 3. Yes, these are the final 4 movies that I've seen in the past few days and I wanted to get my reviews out there to you. And I'm going to start off with The Secret Life of Pets 2. When I saw the original Secret Life of Pets, I fell in love with that movie and all of the pet characters who were in it, especially Chloe the cat. And Chloe is back in this one. She doesn't have a big enough part. They should have made it starring Chloe and made her the central feature. But Tiny Dog is back, and different characters that you knew from the first one, and then they've added some other characters. We've got Harrison Ford voicing a dog. Tiffany Haddish is in this one voicing a dog. Kevin Hart is back from the original. But it's all about these pets who live in New York and how they relate to their owners and the children that are there and how they react to each other. And it's just an amazing thing to see. This is my idea of the perfect animated movie. It's got tremendous characters that you can relate to and love. They bring out all this emotion in you. They don't have a complicated story. It's just a story with sweetness, and it's got a message to it, but it's a general message about being kind to each other, having each other's backs, not a politically correct message that's drummed out to you. But this was just fun to watch and enjoy, and like I said, Chloe the cat, who's voiced by Lake Bell, was in it, and every scene that cat is in is just the highlight of the movie. And it's got 3 separate stories going on at the same time. They all come together in the end, but it means that each little story doesn't get drawn out too long, so you are comfortable with it. It's rated PG because there's some mild comic violence. Let me tell you again, this is the kind of animated movie to make. I scored it 8 out of 10. Catch that, 8 out of 10. If they'd made Chloe the star of the movie, it probably would have gotten a 10 out of 10. But 8 out of 10, people. I liked this movie. Then, for the first time in ages, I saw a Western. I hadn't seen just a good old Western movie in some time. This one is called The Outsider. It's not rated, but would probably fall into the R-rated category for profanity, nudity, and violence. It's takes place in the Old West. Some people, from China have come over, immigrating to this country to help build the railroad out west. But a deputy in a small town takes it, into his mind that he likes the wife of one of the men who are there. The man is played by John Fu, and he attacks the man's wife. And this sets up one of those revenge plots that, is just, bad guys against the good guys, and how it spells out. And it's simple in that respect. Trace Adkins, the country music singer, he looks like a Western marshal, which is what he plays. He must be 100 feet tall, got long hair, and got that gruff, deep voice that he talks in. It helps him in his singing, and it certainly helps him create a character here. But also in the movie is Sean Patrick Flannery and Cowie Lyman. And the bad guys are bad and the good guys are good, and the Western it is. It's not rated, I think I said, but it does have profanity, nudity, and violence. I scored it 5 out of 10. It's just an average movie. If you're just in the mood for an average Western, then you can enjoy this. Then we have the movie The Tomorrow Man, and this stars John Lithgow and Blythe Danner, and they're senior citizens in their 60s. He's divorced, she's a widow. They meet at the supermarket. He's one of these guys, who is stored up all his food, everything else. He's waiting for, the enemy to take over the world. And he's going to be prepared, and he's not going to be caught unawares, and he can't understand why everybody doesn't feel that way. Why aren't they all stocking up with food and whatever to prepare for this, end of the world scenario type of thing? She, on the other hand, she's just trying to get her life back together. Like I said, she's a widow. Her husband died. Her child has died, and so she is just trying to get through each day. He's trying to prepare for the future. They're both great actors, they really are, and the movie has some good points to it. But it also has moments where it makes them look a little bit silly. You know, she gets into the shopping cart in the grocery and he pushes her and runs around through the aisles. We don't need that. Hey, I'm old. I don't want people thinking that's what old people do. It's not. But the movie progresses, and then, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but it then just has a stupid ending. And that really bothered me. So, getting there was okay, but the ending, not so much. So I scored it 5 out of 10. It's rated PG-13 for profanity and, you know, some adult scenes, but 5 out of 10 is just in the middle. Boop. That's for me. Finally, a science fiction movie called The Ithaca Project. This came from a studio in Ontario. It's going to get some, you know, wider release. But I didn't recognize any of the actors because I think they're all Canadian. Maybe they're big stars in Canada, but I just didn't recognize them. But it's kind of a futuristic thing where these people wake up and they're encased in some room type thing, and you come to find out that they've been abducted by aliens. And so the whole thing runs through about what they're going to do. Is there any hope for them? You know, we've all heard the stories of people who were abducted by aliens. Well, this is a movie like that. This one held my interest. It just didn't do any more than hold my interest. It is rated R for profanity and violence. I scored it 5 out of 10. You know, again, it was enough to keep me entertained, but it didn't give me anything special at all. So, I hate to end on that note, but keep in mind The Secret Life of Pets 2. 8 out of 10. Great animated movie, good for the whole family. Take the kids, take everybody, go see that one. But that ends up the movies that I wanted to talk to you about today. Again, hit the button to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. But this has been Jackie K. Cooper's Entertainment Rundown. This one, part 3.